3 months ago, on my aquatic update review, I stated that I didn't really like to review the events. I continued to nail the point forward in the video, stating that the events felt like a chore to play through. I thought that I made my conclusion clear, yet everyone asked me to make a Christmas video. So here we are, because I'm going on vacation in 2 days and I haven't had any good idea this entire month. It looks like that's another low quality video thrown into the list. Let's start with the quest. The only real thing that I like about it is the great rewards it gives you. But other than that, it really isn't fun. You start off with a lack of infinite stamina because waiting for stamina to regenerate is exhilarating. You then go down a slide on a sleigh. Since it's the first step on the quest, all the players rush down it at once, creating a traffic jam that reminds me of the Chinese National Highway. There's so much bumping, it's not rare for you to get stuck or just fall off the map. If you do survive an accident though, you have to walk a painful amount to get to the next stage. How fun. Moving on to the doors. Yeah, I hate them. I don't know about you, but I don't get excited about going through a long trial and error stage that makes you memorize numbers as if you're not tired enough from memorizing whatever junk school makes you memorize. Luckily, you can skip it. Soon after, you meet a long series of linear and forgettable jumps with snowballs that never do anything, and man do I love disappearing platforms that make you wait for your turn. Beyond all of that, you meet a long bridge with random fish that randomly come up and kill you with no way of defending yourself other than luck, because it's random. PR's response to that? You wait. Next, you go through some other linear jumps to the left and a slab of ice that makes you wait even more to the right. These two things are mostly only for the people who made it first to them, so you'll probably just wait for them to finish the part. And finally, a boss fight. I don't know why PR gives us a boss fight before a boss fight, but this one is fun to play if there's a low amount of players due to it forcing you to move everywhere to survive. But if it's a full server, then it's just a normal boss fight. Honestly, I think this is one of the worst quests we have had in this game. I simply don't have fun playing this quest because of the amount of waiting that you have to go through and the amount of times that you go through something that you don't have control over. The boss is not that good either. 2 attacks leave you defenseless if you don't have any special items. They are the tornadoes and the shards. Without a jetpack, healing, or armor, you instantly get splattered into the floor, which kills you because of fall damage. The shards are hard to avoid if you don't have ducky or jet ski. It seems like this boss fight is not very welcoming to new players. Peridot's too poor to bring jetpack, he's just getting mauled.
I didn't want to bring it.
You're gonna die, man.
Have like, yeah, he's dead. The fight still relies on you just sitting there and shooting at the boss while occasionally dodging an attack. For this one though, I felt that the novelty was over in 30 seconds, since most of the attacks don't really rely on you dodging them, except for those attacks that are just impossible to dodge. After the first round, I just wanted to get it over with. Well, too bad, because it took me 6 hours of this and the quest just to get the mount. You see why I don't like events? The gift hunt has been a long-running tradition, but has it been a fun one? I think most of us can agree that they are not very fun. There is a reason why people get so toxic in chat during gift hunting. It takes a lot of luck to get the gifts, and it's not very fun. Luckily, I have an audience and a Discord server full of easily manipulable people that can help me get all the gifts. It took me around an hour to get all 3, which I'm glad because I didn't want to go through this again. But why do I go through all of these painful things? The rewards better be worth it, right? They were actually worth it this time. Other than the fact that PR showed everyone what was going to be in the gifts, which ruined the whole tradition as there was no longer a surprise and no fun to have while opening them, they were okay. The plane is a blast to play with, but it's really unreliable for the same reason. I don't know how to feel about having a ticking time bomb that kills you as my go-to mount. It really doesn't work on a lot of maps, so that just brings the experience down. Being forced to stand still during takeoff is also a huge threat as you can just get killed by the zombies. Also, the mount is a defensive mount. By that I mean you mostly use it to get out of bad situations instead of approaching them. I know a lot of people like mounts like that, but as for me, I'd rather have an offensive mount like Ducky that just gives me height advantage during fights. Also, yes, my opinions change here. The ice ledge seems less useful to me. If you already have an ice gun, then forget the ice ledge unless you really like melees. If you don't have an ice gun, then I guess it can still be useful, but I'd still rather have all the great high rank secondaries. I think the main target here are low to mid rank players who still use a bat as a secondary, which is fine. It's a perfect weapon for them. Besides the gifts, we also got other things too. The tripod is honestly very useless because in a game that rewards movement, having a stationary gun really doesn't work. Acorns made a comeback, which I'm glad they did since I've been having a crisis ever since PR fixed the pills. I've been stocking up on them. The capes are stupid, as they don't give any other useful bonus other than ridiculous HP, but I still love to mess around with them. The gingerbread is just cakes but better, so I'll make sure to stock on those as much as I can. Candy canes are only useful for specific situations, but useful enough to stock up on them. The beanie and the coat are two armors that don't really stand out. Even the beanie with its very special ability isn't very useful, as I'd rather just have an armor with a lot of health. But hey, they are free. Might as well use them if you're too poor to afford real armor. The skins, they are good, I don't know, I don't really care. There's also a new map that came out, which I won't review since that's for my 2019 Maps Rank series. And that's it. This event has so many great items, yet they are all crushed by the fact that you have to go through such an annoying and boring quest and boss. This is why I'd rather just farm with my alt. Oh wait!